Okay, so it's a month and a day since my daughter's death. It's April 22nd, 22. And initially, when I wanted to start this YouTube, I wanted to talk about how and why I did a DNA test to find out who my father was, which, again, I found out who he was. Now, my whole life has changed. The whole dynamics has changed now. Because I cannot stop thinking about my daughter, Princess. I'm trying to cope with my daughter's loss. She was only 28 years old. She has 2 daughters. And I hate people saying the word strong. I've been strong all my life. I don't even want to hear that. People saying that, oh, it gets better. No, it does not get better. I'm here to tell you, no, it doesn't get better. I know that I have to cope every minute, every hour, every second of the day just to go on in my head and be around my children and keep them in good spirits. I have to separate my feelings for my other children and my grandchildren. And I want to tell you this. As a parent, there's always going to be something that you regret. That's a fact. No matter if you have one kid, adopted kids, or anything. As a parent, there's always going to be something that you regret. I don't care who you are. You can say, okay, like if women were smoking and drinking while they were pregnant, they regret that. I'm sure they do. Women who were smoking, drinking, doing drugs, I'm sure in their mind they regret that. I'm sure if you had your children at the park and they were on the monkey bars and you turned your head 1 minute and they fell, broke their arm, or hurt themselves, they regret that minute. Okay? You could come home. There's parents that came home drunk and children were taken, or there was a fire and children were taken by death, or came home drunk and you killed the baby, God forbid, by suffocating them. They regret. Okay? There is always going to be something that a parent regrets. Okay? There's no perfect parent. There's no perfect parent. I know I tried. I know I tried with my children. And I loved every last one of them the same. Now, there's always going to be a child or 2 children or children that really don't rock with the parent anymore. There's always going to be 1 or 2. That's it. You know, only thing you know that if you know that you put your 1,000 in it, then you let God handle it. Because God knows I put my 1,000 in it. I never let my kids go. I've always been around them. Now, if they separated themselves, that was on them, but I've always called. And if I couldn't call and they separated themselves to where there's no communication, then I had to let God handle that. So, but I'm here to tell you that there is no perfect parent. So if you've done all those things that I said, that, God forbid you turn a blind eye, you didn't mean to do it, and things like that, you weren't a perfect parent. So nobody has room to judge anybody. Nobody has room to judge anybody. That's a fact, especially with somebody's parenting skills. Right now, I have to turn my emotions off when I'm in the house. And I pray a lot because I have my other grandchildren there. and they rely on me. I thank God that my granddaughter Chula has the greatest father in the world. I'm glad that my granddaughter Nana Bella Promise has a great father. But this took me for a loophole. I never would have thought I would lose my baby at 28 years old. This shit is hard. This shit is hard. This is hard. I never would have expected this, ever. But I'm coping. And my counseling that I'm getting is from God. That's where I get my counsel from. I don't smoke cigarettes. I drink once in a blue moon. You know what I mean? Very blue moon. I'm not coping with drugs to ease my pain or alcohol to ease my pain. I'm doing this uncut and raw through the strength of God. That's what I'm doing. And I'm making this YouTube channel for everybody to see how I'm coping with this, to where if anybody's lost a child or going through anything, maybe this you might want to hear what I'm saying. But to all the parents who tried their behind off, you know that you did, and don't feel guilty about it because you tried. My daughter was a good girl. She was a good girl. The toxicology report hasn't came in yet, so we don't know what the cause of death is right now. So I'm just waiting on that. And again, this is hard. I don't want to smile. I feel guilty of smiling, to be happy. Half the time I don't even want to wash my ass because I'm too damn depressed to get the hell up. These emotions are real. These are not fake emotions. This is the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. So again, there's always going to be something that you feel guilty about as a parent. So the only thing I can tell you is that you can't be hard on yourself. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't be hard on yourself. Give it to God. And don't judge other people's parenting skills. Do not judge other people's parenting skills. Because if you've done all those things that I said, drink while you're pregnant, smoke while you're pregnant, did drugs while you're pregnant, you turned a blind eye to something that you shouldn't have, you came home drunk, you started a fire, the kids were missing, you God forbid, smothered your baby to death, stuff like that, you cannot judge nobody. You can't. You just can't. And those, I know, those are things that you are guilty of. You feel guilty of. And I know that you hurt. So as a parent, there's no perfect parent out here. Ever. The only person that was perfect was God. And that's it. And all I know is that I tried. So this is my story. This ain't nobody else's. If anybody ever did any of those things, that's on y'all. I'm just telling you, don't judge nobody. Ever. Because God forbid any of this can happen to you or it's already have done to you. So, that's it for today.